Hello, everyone. It's Simon here for Elsa Communities. I hope everyone is doing well. I'm joined today by Martha and Lucas, our amazing social learning group administrators. They're here today. They're pumped up. They're ready to go. We are all pumped up, like Arnold would say. And so welcome to this other Learning Group Leader Summit, where our community and our learning group leaders get together for a little chat, for a little discussion on topics that might be interesting. Now, again, if you're interested in becoming a group leader, reach out to Martha and Lucas. They'll be able to help you out and to set you up. If you want to be someone that is active in the community, in those learning groups, you can do that. We would encourage you to do so. And I think we're having a good sample of what people can do. And we're going to talk about the things that people have been sending in since our last Leader Summit last week. So before we do that, let's go around the table very, very quickly. I'd like to see everyone introduce themselves very, very quickly, starting with maybe Madhvi. Do you want to introduce yourself first?
Yes, sure. Thanks for the opportunity. I'm Madhvi Gupta from India. I'm living in the northern state that is Jammu and Kashmir. It is bit colder than other places of India, and I'm working in IDP as an overseas consultant. I have 15 years of experience, and I joined ELSA because I want to improve my English communication skills. Yes, it helped me a lot. Yes, I'm here in IDP because of ELSA.
Fantastic. So you're already seeing the results of using ELSA in your career.
Yes.
Today we're talking about education and careers. So I'm excited to hear what you will have to say about how learning is attached or connected to your work. Now let's talk to Juan. Why don't Juan introduce yourself?
Well, hello, I'm Juan Cruz. I'm from Argentina and I am a student of engineer and I work in a consultant group as a software developer. And I joined ELSA because I wanted to improve my English, obviously, because it's a need nowadays, but also because it's fun to learn languages. So that's why I'm here.
Fantastic. You're like the perfect candidate for today's topics. In the second half of this summit, we're going to talk about balancing work and studies, and it seems like you're doing exactly that at the moment. So I'll be keen to hear your thoughts about balancing work and studying at the same time. This is in the second part of this summit later on. Let's have April introduce herself. Hello, April. How are you? We can't hear you just yet, April. Turn your microphone on.
Sorry.
There you are. Hello.
Hello. I'm a first timer here.
Welcome, first timer, April.
Yeah, I'm in Vietnam, in Hanoi, Vietnam. And actually, this is my first time joining any kind of conference room meeting like this. So just ease me in. Thank you.
I will ease you in. So basically, we were just introducing today's topic. And basically, so today this is a group leader summit. So we gather all the group leaders that are available, that want to join, to talk about specific topics. Today, we're going to talk about education and work and the connection between those two things, right? How work and studies work together. So I guess my question for you, April, is what sort of work do you do, and maybe what sort of studies you did? Who knows, maybe this might lead to some more interesting conversations down the line. So tell us a little bit about yourself as a new group leader arrived in this community.
Okay. I studied international economics in college. Actually, I attended a American accredited undergraduate program from Colorado State University. And after that, I am now working in retail management, which I love.
Nice.
I did see your previous live yesterday about career change. It was so interesting. Yeah.
Cool. Well, the whole point of these events is that we can have group leaders come together to have some interesting and guided discussions about how English is useful in various aspects of life, right? The whole point of people being in ELSA is to be able to communicate about various topics that are important to them, and often work is a topic that's really important. Studies is something that's also very important for users. So I think everyone, welcome April to our community of group leaders. Hello, welcome, 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 welcome. Okay, let's ask Anas to introduce himself. Anas, do you want to say a few words?
Hi Simon, how are you? How's it going?
I'm all right. How about yourself? What sort of stuff do you do? Tell us a little bit about yourself.
Yes, I'm joining ELSA because I want to improve my English to talking and to make a conversation with the persons and community like you. But it is also to help me in my journey because I started my journey since 1 year about improving English because I left the Qatar Armed Forces as enterprise architecture. I come across before with the English lack of English language because I am Arabic. My tongue language is Arabic, but ELSA helped me a lot. I don't went any day without going with the application apps ELSA and try to pronounce something else with correct way. The last thing I did with the ELSA, it is how to write a beautiful and professional CV curriculum.
Interesting.
I come across there is a course. There is a beautiful course I went with it. It is about writing the CV in a professional way because it was my CV approximately 8 pages. So anyone
it's a bit big.
anyone
Yes.
anyone will get it in the garbage. So I train myself by the ELSA application how to write it in a professional way, in a standardization way.
Amazing. This idea of writing a CV and applying for jobs, it's kind of connected with what we were talking about yesterday in the last summit, but it's also really, really related to our topic today, how we go from the education or another environment. I think you mentioned that you were part of the army and now you're transitioning into the workplace. So you have to get a CV together. You have to be able to talk about yourself and about the previous work that you have done in interviews, for example, right? Hopefully you'll get a few interviews out of sending some CVs out in the coming weeks. So this is a conversation that can be really helpful for you as well. Let's meet another group influencer, if you don't mind. We're just going to go through the everyone in the group, if that's okay. Let's have Lamnan. Do you want to introduce yourself?
Me?
Yes.
Okay. Okay, it's nice to meet you, Simon, and nice to meet everyone here. Yes. So this is the first time I joined the summit. It's my pleasure. Actually, I used to study English for a couple of years, but right now I'm working as an M&E officer for a project in the province, but I'm not using English a lot. So that's why I use ELSA. I want to use ELSA to improve my English. And thanks to ELSA, now I have a part-time job, which is I work as an interpreter for a project from Germany. So ELSA helped me to make more money.
Look at you becoming an interpreter because you've worked with ELSA. How cool is that? Okay, round of applause, everyone. Round of applause. That's great stuff. Fantastic. Well, congratulations and thank you so much for being one of our group leaders. It's really, really cool to see the individual journeys of our users and getting to know you and getting to meet you in the flesh. So I think the last person we haven't spoken to is Lai Feng Shua. Do you want to introduce yourself? Hello.
Hello, nice to meet you guys all. Okay, this is my first time to join in this community, and then I'm happy that because I joined ELSA only a month, So I hope that Elsa really can help me to improve my English skill, speaking skill, and can really help me in my workplace. Thank you so much.
Fantastic. My pleasure. You sound excellent already. So your English is already very, very good. And it's all about building skills. And these conversations, these discussions, these guided discussions, they go a long way towards helping you develop your English awareness, your English reflexes, which is how do I quickly answer a question when I'm asked something, right? As English learners, sometimes we struggle with that. Someone asks me a question very quickly and I'm like, I need to think about this. Am I going to go back to my mother tongue, Vietnamese or Spanish or Hindi or Urdu or whatever, and then translate and then respond to that person back in English? That's going to take a little bit of time. So these conversations are great because they force you to practice your English reflexes. Yeah, the quick response that we expect when someone's first language is English. All right. So thank you so much for introducing the group. Everyone knows Martha and Lucas, but do you want to say a quick hi, guys? Tell us what's been happening this week in the learning groups. Martha.
Yes, hello everyone. Again, this is Elsa Admin Martha. Thank you very much for coming in the second part of our summit this time. I'm hoping that you guys learn more, but this time let's take a look at more on your career and the work that you have done, education stuff and that side, because last time we delved into the business English, right? So this time I'm hoping that we can delve in more into your roots and where you came from. So yeah,
that's exciting. Lucas, do you want to say a few words and introduce yourself to the people in the learning groups who might not know who you are? It's impossible that they don't know who you are because you run everything along with Martha, right?
Yeah, that's right. So hello everyone, my name is Lucas. I'm kind of familiar with people from Zalo group, but maybe people from WhatsApp don't know who I am. So yeah, I'm also an admin of the social learning group right here. And since the last time we have the summit, I heard a lot of good feedback. People love to have a second one like this. So that's why the reason why I announced to Simon that he could be back and be right here, open another submitting, and great to see everyone here again.
I'm starting to like our little Friday gatherings. I'm starting to like this. It's like becoming a little routine for me that I catch up with everyone on the learning groups on Fridays. Now, I see that Lily has just arrived. Since we're just finishing the introductions, Lily, do you want to say hi to everyone and tell us a little bit about yourself?
Hi everyone, nice to meet you again here.
So today we're going to talk about
yes.
I was going to say today we're going to talk about work and education. Maybe give us a little quick preview of what you do for a living and maybe what you studied before.
Yes, I would like to introduce a little bit myself quickly. My name is Lini. I'm living in Ho Chi Minh City in Vietnam now. I study in aviation training center of Vietnam, and so now I'm working for a travel management company. I'm in charge in operation team.
Cool.
Yeah.
So travel management and operations, you must be a busy lady. Now that people can travel again, everyone is trying to get out of their houses, back into the world post-COVID. So I'm glad that you're here and taking some time inside your house to join us. Okay, guys, so lots has happened last week since we did our last group leader summit, and some of you will remember that we gave people assignments to complete last week, and we've actually had some people that have sent in some assignments, and we thought it'd be a fun idea to share some of these assignments with you guys today. I think the first one is Juan, who is a software developer, and he's got an idea for an app about sports. So let's have a quick look. Martha, do you want to play that for us?
Were you guys able to hear what we said?
No, we didn't hear the video
Okay.
just yet.
Yeah.
There might be a
let
sound
me
thing.
share. Okay. Okay, let's
Take two.
hear.
Let's give it another go.
Sportpal's main feature. Hello, I'm Juan Cruz Estakis, software developer and future engineer. Let's talk about this business idea, Sportpal. Sportpal's main feature is to connect people for playing sports, just like in a dating app. You open the app, choose one or more sports you like to play, and it shows you profiles with similar interests, so you can connect, chat, and organize a game. This app works not only with one-to-one sport, but also with team sports, for which the app automatically creates groups and sets the best time and best place to meet according to each user's availability. Now, you can also set your skill level for more balanced matches. I think this app will be great not only for having fun, but it will be also a tool for networking. But how would it make money? You will have two types of accounts, free and premium. Free accounts will have limited features and will see ads, while premium accounts won't. Premium accounts will have extra features according to their type of subscription. The app is also intended to make money from in-app purchases and sponsorship from other sports-related businesses such as clubs and brands. What's the vision of the app? Well, it starts with matching people for playing sports, but in the future it will incorporate other activities and sell their own products and organize their own exclusive events with professional athletes and premium users. This app's ultimate mission is to make the world a healthier place by promoting sports and games in nature. This is just the beginning.
Wow.
Whoa, Juan coming through with an amazing assignment. Juan, I'm going to ask you how it felt in a few seconds, but I just want to point out a few of the qualities.
I'm sorry. Someone rang my bell, so I have to go. 1 second.
Okay, you go ahead, and I'll talk about you while you're away. So what I really like about this video, guys, lots of really cool things. First of all, what Juan does is he really clearly sets the scene for a business pitch, right? We're clearly hearing someone that says, this is what the features will be, all right? And he goes into quite some detail. For us to be able to measure spoken proficiency, it's the amount of detail that you can... Thank you. It's the amount of detail that you can put in your communication skills. And you do that by using adjectives or advanced vocabulary words. Juan, I'm just pointing out how intricate and specific your vocabulary is in this. And that shows me a sign of preparation and professionalism as well. So I'm really, really impressed by that, all right? And I like the fact that you thought about other aspects of the business. Eventually we'll have ads, eventually we'll have events, and at the end you conclude with your mission. And that's really a beautiful thing to do. When you wrap up a subject, to wrap up means to finish or to conclude. When you wrap up a subject, bring us back to the original idea behind it. Juan, how did it feel to create this assignment? Our goal is to encourage more people to do like you and submit an assignment like this. So how did it feel to do that? And also, how was it beneficial for you to see yourself and film yourself?
Well, it was a great experience. I really took it seriously because, I don't know, I wanted to. So first of all, I wrote a script, but I thought, I watched tutorials on YouTube about how to pitch an idea and the ways that dating apps make money. So I can then talk about that But yes, I made how do you say it? I investigated about all that stuff and wrote the script.
You did some research, right? You did some research.
Yes, research. That's the word I was looking for. I didn't.
It's all good.
Okay, and well, the most difficult part was recording the video. Like, this was one of the last attempt. I mean, one of the last attempts, but I maybe recorded that video like 50 times.
Because you wanted to get the perfect one, right?
Yes, and this isn't the perfect one, but it was getting late, so I say, okay, whatever, I'll send it.
That's fine. And you know, it's very successful in conveying your business idea. It's very successful in establishing you as someone that really embodies your product, right? You're someone that loves to do sports, and you're someone that wants to connect others to try and play sports with them. I think it's a great idea. It's something that I've never seen in the market myself. I would be totally down for joining this app, Juan. So whenever you release it, you have to hit me up, and I'll be hooking up with basketball players and football players in my area for sure. That's fantastic. So congratulations on a great assignment. I'm glad it was beneficial to you. And what I'm hoping is for you to be an example for everyone else that haven't submitted videos there. There's a big learning advantage to setting yourself these challenges. It's going to be difficult. Yes, it's going to require time and research and practice, but it also has the added benefit of skyrocketing your level of English because you're focusing on something very, very specific, and you're focusing on an outcome or an objective that is personal to you. And that's how you improve English, when you have a reason for doing something. All right. So thank you so much, Juan, for that. That was great. Martha, I think we have other videos to have a look at. Do we have time to have a look at all three of them?
I have two here. I have
we have two. Okay, let's have a look at two. So let's have a look at the second one. It's Tin.
I'm very happy to be here to share with you about what I will do if I was invested 100,000 USD. As you know, I really love English language, and I want others to love and study English as well. So if I have 100,000 USD, I will build up the system of high quality English centers where learners and approach modern method of learning and teaching. Firstly, I will spend 20,000 USD hiring facility for teaching and learning. Secondly, I will spend 20,000 USD buying and investing modern equipment for teaching and learning. Thirdly, I will spend 10,000 USD build up system of curriculum, textbook, documents for teaching and learning. Next, I will spend 20,000 USD investing good teachers, both native teachers and Vietnamese teachers, to teach English for my system of English centers. Finally, I will spend 10,000 USD during some promotion by digital marketing to attract a lot of learners. I hope under my management, this system of English centers attract a big number of students, learners, and it not only brings a believable destination for all teachers and learners, but also brings benefits for social communities. That is all my sharing about my project. Thank you for listening. Bye-bye.
Fantastic. Come on, Thin, coming through with a fantastic video, really well structured, really organized. You can see that he's very methodical in the way he thinks about how he's going to invest his $100,000 for his business project. And his business project is connected to language learning, right? He wants to create English learning centers, and he has a clear picture of what's going to be needed. books and equipment, teachers, marketing, lots of really, really good ideas here. Yeah, Lily says boss ideas. Absolutely. Thin is in charge, and I really, really appreciate him sending this video in. Again, another difficult challenge for everyone, which is to film yourself for 1.5 minutes speaking in front of a camera. It's not everyone that can do it. It takes a little bit of practice. It takes a little bit of getting used to, but in forcing yourself to develop those speaking skills, you work on a whole bunch of aspects of your English, all right? It's vocabulary, it's grammar. His grammar was excellent throughout. It's how you practice pacing and slowing down the speech of your delivery when you're in a presentation setting. I know that I tend to speak a little fast sometimes, so I have to be conscious of slowing down so that my message can be understood by everyone. All right. So these are 2 great examples of assignments, and we wanted to give you a little peek into that so that you can have some inspiration for the assignment that we will give you this week. Now, if either of you would like to comment on what they have seen, give some positive feedback to our presenters, feel free to raise your hand, and we'll leave you the floor for a few seconds if you want to congratulate or say a few things about the videos that you've seen. Any questions?
Yes, I have a question for Tin.
So I'm not sure if Tin is here now, but maybe we could pass it on to Tin. What would be your question for Tin if he was here?
I'm not sure if he will spend any amount of money for researching first to see what is available in the market. What do they have? What do they need? And then we will invest what is not available in the market. Otherwise, things will be overlap, because in the market right now, there's a lot of English center, and to a certain extent, they are already very good. So we need to do a research, a survey to see what they have and what is the extent, so that we will put the right money in the right place. Yes.
Interesting. So have you done market research? This is a question that you would like to ask to Tin. So maybe you could send him or send Martha a message in the learning groups asking for a follow-up video on market research. And maybe, who knows, Tin will produce another video answering your question. That's the whole point here, is to build communication. Are there other questions on the videos that we have seen so far? No? All right. Well, let's move on. So we will have a video assignment to give you all today. But for now, I'd like for us to discuss the first topic that we came here to discuss today, which is education. All right. And education in relation to the concept of success. Now, I'm going to ask a first question here. If you want to answer this question, I would suggest that you raise your hand using the reaction button at the bottom of your screen. All right. So the first question is having a degree necessary to success? So do you need to have a diploma from either university or college to be successful in life? Let's have a discussion about that. Maybe Madhvi, you can tell us your opinion about that.
Hi everyone. In my opinion, we need degree to be successful in some ways, but experience requires the most, because I'm not very educated. I just completed my graduation in psychology honors, and I was the gold medalist, but because of my marriage, I stopped my education, and after my divorce, I started my own business of export-import. I was into garment manufacturing unit, and I was manufacturing some Kashmiri garments because of my interest, and it was wonderful business. It was not related to my education, but yes, education helped me in some ways. Like I was a psychology graduate, and I use my psychology to understand what my customer requires. and that was the reason how I succeed in those times. Then I switched my field. I was also did I was also did a diploma in animation and multimedia, and my first job was in this field, and I was a consultant over there. Yes, education and diploma or degrees helped me in some ways, but my skills took me further. Then I never looked back. I joined,
Yes.
yeah, I joined. Now I am in IDP as a consultant, and yes, uh, education helped me in some ways. Like I joined ELSA, and I try to improve my skills. I try to imitate the pronunciation which I heard in ELSA. So I'm very lucky that I found this app, really. So
Amazing. That's so
yeah.
cool. And I like that you talk about the fact that your education wasn't directly in the same field as what you ended up working in, but it provided you a way of thinking that allowed you to be successful in another field. I really like that. Let's ask Lai Feng Shua, do you want to tell us a little bit about what your perspective is on having a degree and being successful? Do the two of them go hand in hand? What do you think? Can you hear us, Lai Feng? I hope I pronounced your name correctly. Sorry if I didn't. I think we might be having some issues with connection here. Lam Nang Tien, do you want to talk about what your impression is on education and success?
I think it depends on what industry you are involved in, because if you are in education sector, you need to have a degree, so that because because if you teach other people, you need to have certain degree like master or doctor, like something like that. But if you have your own business, sometimes you don't need a degree. So that's what I think. But you need to have certain knowledge about what you are doing.
You're
Yeah,
right. In some industries, right, you wouldn't want a doctor to not have a degree, or or a lawyer not to have a degree. There are some areas where a degree is required by law to be doing things that where people, people's lives are in your hand, or they have legal implications, or they have financial implications. So that's a really good point that you're bringing here to the table. April, do you want to tell us what your thoughts are on that?
I totally agree with the ideas that people are bringing in the table, and I think having a degree is not necessary, but is highly recommended, because sometimes the situation is that you have to put yourself in an organized community to be able to find your personal traits, your strengths, and your weaknesses. And I think it's very important to make connections, especially at the beginning of a career path. It will help a lot. That's my personal experience.
It's a good point that connections that you build in education actually can carry through to your professional life. There's always this expression, which is the people that you see on the way up are the people you're going to see on the way down. And so it talks about the connections that you build and how important they are over time, how important it is to build bridges with other people. And often those connections are built in education and then translate into the career landscape itself. Fantastic answer. I was wondering, Anas, what is your perspective on that? You said, I think you were in the army and now you're transitioning into the workplace. Now, was a lot of your education done in the army? Is that something that happens sometimes? I'm not sure if Anas, can you hear us? All right.
Hi, Simon. Yeah,
Oh,
again,
there he is.
because I am driving, so I couldn't concentrate with this totally. Okay.
Okay,
Can
did
you
you hear the
ask me
question
again?
though? Yeah. Yeah, so the question was, I know that you told me you were in the army and now you're looking to find a job outside in the civil world. Has the army given you some education? Did you receive training in the army to help you find job outside of that environment?
Yes, a lot, because this is the first chance for the transformation I have, because after I am a lack of English, so now I combine and incorporate the language English with the discipline itself, because I am enterprise architecture. What the enterprise architecture, it is to understand the translation about the target state and what based on the strategic level and the vision. Okay, and then after
Yeah.
that we need to assessment that the current state, because if I need to talk about it, maybe I need 1 hour. So let me talk about this quickly. This is a
Yeah.
gap between the current state and the target state based on the vision and mission and objectives. So this is, I am lack about the standardization, about the best practices, about the framework. First, before I was rely on the only the experience, because I have a lot of experience. I have approximately 20 years experience. In the mid of experience, it was on the database administration part. But after that, and the management, project management, and now about the enterprise architecture.
And so I can
it is
easily
journey.
see that there's a connection here between what you did in the army and what you are doing now. This rational, very structured approach to work is maybe something that you learned in the army, would you say?
Yeah, because I was working with Boeing and the Tapestry company. They work in a standard way. They're working about in a framework.
Yeah.
It is not only as for granted. They work as for granted. No, everything it is measured. Everything it is accounted and assessment. So everything it will be based on the framework itself. So I am lack about the framework and about the certification of that. First,
amazing.
In previous year, I got the BMB certificate. Before I think 1 month, I got another certificate about the TOGAF, the Open Group Enterprise Architecture Certificate. But now it is not certificate. It is not only this qualification about the certificate. You need the learning. You need the practicing. You need the quality mark.
That's an interesting point that you put around here, Anas, which is this idea of
yeah. But I need to concentrate on the essential point. The essential point, it was the comfort zone. What the comfort zone? Now, when you are in the mid age, you have the stable work, you have the stable life. Now you don't need the learn. So you need the education itself. So, but it is wrong, because you need to lifelong education.
Interesting. So I'm going to stop you there, because I want to make sure that everyone can yes, I'm just going to stop you there, Anas. I want to make sure that everyone has a chance to speak. But what I gather from what you're saying here is that actually you never stop learning, and having done degrees, then you carry on learning and build experience in your workplace. And that's something that's a really interesting concept for everyone here to understand. So thank you so much for your intervention, Anas. Maybe we'll take one last one. Should we have Lily? Lily, what are your thoughts on having a degree and the connection with education?
Yes, for me, degree is important for the specific careers as you mentioned before, such as teacher, doctor, lawyers. But I think when students go in being in school, they learn a lot of theory, but theory is very simple, and the practice is more complicated. So I think if when we go to work, we have to improve our skill for specific job we are in. So degree, I think we have to learn day by day and improve our skill day by day to create our level higher, and we can get promote. We can promote for higher position, such as yeah.
That's amazing. You're actually reinforcing the point that Anas was making earlier, which is, yeah, school isn't everything. Once you get out in the real world, that's where the real learning starts. And so I think we've had some really interesting perspectives on this topic. I'm sure not everyone has had a chance to speak about it, but I would like maybe for you guys to be involved in the second half of the summit, which will come later on. Now, we're going to wrap up the first section of this, this talk today. So talking about education, what can ELSA bring to you? Now, in ELSA, you have education content that you can have a look at. If you click on study by topic, the purple section here, you have a whole bunch of content that is being presented to you. There's a big section on education, and there's a whole bunch of courses here for you to practice, all right? Some more generic ones about pronunciation, but also some that are topic or related. So one of your little homework is to complete one of the courses in the education section of the ELSA app. All right, that's the first homework. That's the practice homework. And then I'm going to give you another video task for you guys to complete. So we're going to film a video around 90 seconds long, a minute and a half. And I would like you to discuss if the education that you have received prepared you well for the career you are in now, all right? Has the education that you've received prepared you well for the career you're in now? Now, some of you have already discussed about this in today's conversation, but I would like for you to be more detailed in the way you speak. I know, for example, Anas had loads of ideas about how to structure, or how the structure of the army helped him in his career later on. So Anas, I look really forward to hearing more details about how this transition happened for you. So I'd like for you to follow the examples of Juan and Tin and provide us with a minute and a half video about the education you received and how well it prepared you for your career. All right, is that okay for everyone? Thumbs up. Thumbs up, thumbs up, thumbs up. Fantastic. All right. So we're going to finish the first half of our summit, and we will be back with a second half, more discussing this idea of balancing work and study. All right. So I'd like to thank all of our group leaders that have attended this first half of the summit. I'm sure they will be back for the second half. I want to also thank Lucas and Martha, our amazing, amazing, amazing learning group administrators. And we'll see you soon. We will see you soon for the second half of this group leaders summit on careers and studies. All right. So this was Simon for ELSA Communities. Thank you so much, guys.
Bye-bye.
Bye now.